back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, or later today, I'm covering part 2 to the story I did earlier, all about the young guy who is now very quickly going to be kicking his fiancée to the curb, as well as having a little dose of revenge after finding out that she's been cheating on him all along. And the interesting thing is where we left off, he found out he met her lover, Man Bun as he called him. You can only imagine what that guy looks like. That guess what? He found out from him and also her cousin that apparently they've been in an open relationship this whole time. Except guess what? He's the last to know. She's been telling everybody else open relationship. And so I don't need to say any more, and I'm just going to continue on where I left off. And if you just found this video, go back and watch part 1. Then you can catch up here. He says, part 2. During her speech, this is the cousin's speech, Man Bun looked at me with what my father would call a shit-eating grin. Half smile, half smirk with lots of teeth. The cousin lifted her cup in a toast to me, saying, sharing is caring. Man Bun said he couldn't agree with her more. I thought, sharing is caring, these people are effing morons. Unfortunately, at the moment, the biggest effing moron in the group here is this guy telling the story, because he's the one that all along has been, played for a fool. But remember, this gal he's engaged to was his friends with benefits for a while. And you can't turn an HO into a housewife, and you don't turn the friends with benefits girl or F buddy into a relationship. It's not going to work. At this point, Nora said she needed Man Bun's help. She didn't look very happy. Nora took him outside where she couldn't be heard. Nora began to angrily interrogate him. As he answered her questions, she became more and more agitated and kept glancing at me. The cousin got up from the arm of the chair to sit nearly on top of me on the couch. Oh, she wants a little piece of the goods, I guess? She said Man Bun and Nora had plans to see each other later. Nora's going to tell me she's too exhausted to see me, so she can hook up with Man Bun again tonight. Uh-huh. Now it's all coming out. Now we know why she didn't want him to stay at her parents' house and stay at a hotel and all that. The cousin continued that she understands that she and I are staying at the same hotel. How about she and I buy some wine and see what's on TV later? She has some weed in her bag at the hotel, if I prefer that. What do I think? Honestly, I did consider it. The cousin is hot, beautiful face and awesome body. I was no longer in a relationship. I just hadn't told Nora that yet. The problem was the cousin would probably want to converse with me. Listening to her nonsense was a real turnoff for me. I don't think she'd agree to put tape over her mouth. Actually, you never know. They may actually get her off. So he's done now. But he's going to have a little fun with these people. I didn't respond to her. Instead, I got up, and Nora saw me, turned away from Man Bun, and came back inside. Nora's parents were sitting in a group with some aunts and uncles near the table in the kitchen, and I walked towards them. I ignored Nora, who tried to grab me to talk, and walked up to her parents and relatives. I told them that I was leaving. Her father asked if I was okay. I told them in a voice loud enough for everyone at the party to hear that I just found out that Nora had been cheating on me, that she never had been faithful to me, and there will be no wedding. Nice. No sense wasting any time here, but we got a lot of time before this story's over. I'm not marrying a W-H-O-R-E. Oh boy. The room went silent. Nora's mother and a couple of the aunts gasped, but the rest of them were speechless. Nora, standing beside me, went pale. Oh, I bet she did. I wished her father a happy birthday again and headed for the front door. Nora followed behind me. Man Bun a couple steps behind her. Nora told me not to leave or just wait a minute and she'll go with me. Let me guess. She can explain. She's done nothing wrong. She can explain. Just wait so we can talk. I told her, get the F out of my way, you piece of crap. He said something else, but I'm not going to say that. She stopped, stunned, really frightened now. I continued toward the front door, but Man Bun stepped forward, grabbed my upper arm, and told me I can't talk to Nora like that. Okay, guys, I think I can probably speak for the most of you. If you were in this situation, not that you would be, but if you were, and this Man Bun dork was probably wearing Birkenstocks and probably had avocado toast for breakfast, grabbed hold of you, would you just let that slide? Or would a few of his fingers be broken off at this point? I told him to take his hand away. Nora told him to go away. He was just making things worse. But Man Bun squeezed my arm harder and told me to apologize to Nora. I'd be grabbing that Man Bun by the back on his head there, and there'd be multiple uppercuts to his jaw. and teeth would be falling out all over the carpet. I pulled my arm away and punched him in the nose. Nice. Man Bun fell back on his butt. His nose gushed blood. Nora rushed to him, got down on a knee, yelled for something to bring a towel, and asked Man Bun if he was okay. Right then and there, you see who she cares about. Then she looked at me angrily and asked if I'm crazy. Why would I punch him? I said she's right. I should have punched her instead. I'm not going to touch that one. She looked horrified. Just to be clear, I've never hit a gal and never would, not even one who deserves it. Yeah, because you're going to be arrested and you know the rest. I started to open the front door but changed my mind. I walked over to her hot cousin and asked her if she wanted to see what's on TV now. No wine or weed needed. She smiled, happy to be part of the drama, grabbed my hand, and we started towards the front door. Every family has one of those. Sarah, Nora's sister, stopped me at the front door. She told me not to do this. Whatever the problem is, we can work it out. I'm assuming, I would have loved to think that Sarah, the pregnant one who's been great with this guy, didn't know about this little so-called arrangement, but probably not. I told Sarah that Nora wasn't with me last night. She was sneaking in this morning after being with Man Bun. Sarah stepped back and glared at Nora. Nora jumped up from attending to Man Bun. Seeing me leaving with her cousin, Nora yelled at me, asking what did I think I was doing. I ignored her and opened the front door. The cousin I drove back to the hotel. In the car, the cousin was gleeful. She told me everyone will be talking about this party and her stealing Nora's fiancé away for the next 50 years, and that B Nora got was coming to her. Hey, whatever. So I guess Sarah, the sister, the pregnant sister, didn't know about this. So this cousin is way too eager to get revenge on her own cousin here. And I'm not saying that's not impossible. But obviously she's a drama queen, and I would have nothing to do with this cousin beyond that. Frankly, as amusing it would be for him to go back and pork the cousin and leave and head off into the sunset. Frankly, at this point in my life, mid-40s, I wouldn't need the drama. I'd be like, okay, that was all fun and games. You can go say that you hooked up with me, but I'm dropping you off over here at Burger King, and I'm going to the hotel, get my shit, and I'm leaving for good. But we wouldn't have a good story, so this is going to happen. We didn't watch any TV at all. I'll spare you the details other than to say that the cousin is a loud and very, very energetic lover. Gratefully, the cousin didn't talk. Much of the time, her mouth was too full to be able to say much. About 20 minutes after we got to the hotel, there was a knock on the door. Guess who? Nora had booked the room, so she knew where I was. The cousin had just finished round 1. The cousin asked if she could answer the door. I shrugged, and she got up to let Nora in. Cat fight. I don't think I could have stopped the cousin from letting Nora in. She was not going to miss any of the continuing drama with Nora. Without putting any clothes on, she opened the door. Nora stared at the cousin's naked body and then looked at me, lying in a similar state on the bed. Nora started crying. Aw, poor Nora. The cousin asked if Nora wanted to come in. Nora came in. The cousin sat in the bed, legs crossed Indian style, and made no attempt to cover herself. The cousin was certainly not shy. We both looked at Nora, standing in the foot of the bed. I asked her what she wanted. Hey, you're in an open relationship, so, you know. Nora just stood there crying so hard she was shaking. Back to the Hobag handbook. After a while, I told Nora she was interrupting. If she didn't have anything to say, she should leave so her cousin and I could get to know each other better. Nora started to get angry. Nora asked the cousin to leave so she could talk to me. The cousin said, don't mind her, just pretend that she is not there. Nora said that she didn't know the cousin hated her so much that she would sleep with her fiancé. The cousin said she doesn't hate Nora, she loves Nora. Does Nora want to join the cousin with me in bed? The three of us could have so much fun together. She reached over and took Nora's hand, pulling her toward the bed. Nora pulled her hand away and glared at her cousin in disgust. Then the cousin told Nora, sharing is caring. I started laughing. Funnier this time than it was the last time she said it. So, obviously, she doesn't think that, well, who knows? Maybe the cousin actually thinks that Nora will go along with this. Who knows? But obviously this cousin here is a free spirit and is a freaking moron and actually bought into that open relationship thing. But he's using her, she's using him, whatever. Nora was really furious now, I can imagine, and yelled at the cousin to get out. Cousin looked at me, I opened my phone and handed it to the cousin. I told her to put her name and her phone number in my phone. I'll call her as soon as I can get rid of Nora. We watched the cousin get dressed. She came over before leaving and kissed me passionately. She opened the front door and told Nora not to wear me out. She needed me fresh and ready to go later. She told me to call her and left. Yeah, this is one fucked up family. Now, I know. A lot of you guys are like, this is bullshit. You never know with some of these stories. There are crazier things out there, believe me. So I got out of bed and told Nora I needed a shower. She could leave or wait. She waited. She was sitting on the bed when I came out of the bathroom. She stopped crying and looked very determined. While I dressed, I asked her again what she wanted. She asked me how could I do this to her. You've been cheating on me on our whole relationship, telling people we have an open relationship. What do you mean, how could I do this to you? I told her I did nothing to her. She was now just someone I used to know. My love life was no longer her concern. Nora said she understands that I heard all sorts of lies about her, especially from her cousin. Nora said her cousin hates her because when they were kids, Nora told her mother that the cousin stole some stuff from her store. The cousin was punished and made to apologize to the store manager. That was 15 years ago, and her cousin still hasn't gotten over it. The cousin wanted to get back at Nora by lying about her and me getting me in bed. Okay. Well, how about how Man Bun was putting his hands all over you and kissing you and all that type of thing? Bullshit. I said the cousin talked about Nora's bar adventures before Man Bun introduced us, before she knew who I was. Nora exasperated and said that after Man Bun came over to talk to me, the cousin asked Nora who I was. Nora told her. The cousin immediately went over and sat on the arm of the Man Bun's chair. The cousin knew exactly who she was telling all those lies to. Nora said she forgives me for being with her cousin. Oh man, talk about the gaslighting here. I must have been out of my mind with her, hearing those awful things from her cousin about her. But I should have talked to Nora instead of believing those lies. Can we just pretend this day never happened? Get the fuck out of here. She tried to hug me. I told her not to touch me. She started crying again. She said she came to the hotel because I said I wanted to punch her. I can hit her as much as I want. She won't complain or tell anyone. Sure. She knows I'll never hit a gal, but if I'm that angry with her, that's just what I want to do. Go ahead. I can do anything I want to her, just so I understand she doesn't deserve it. She's done nothing wrong. My God, the gaslighting, the BS. You see, obviously her opinion of this guy is that he's a sucker, which he's proven to be, let's be honest here, up to this point. Believing all of her bullcrap. Obviously, she runs the relationship, so she thinks she can just wear him down enough, cry enough, promise enough, and he'll eventually believe her. I thought to myself, we might as well get this over with and done with. I told Nora this is the last time we'll see her talk to each other. She might as well try being honest. More sobbing on her part. I asked again where she slept that night. She said she slept at her parents'. She already told me that. No, Sarah said she caught her sneaking in this morning around the time she called me at 8 o'clock. Sarah's the sister, not the cousin. Sarah said Nora told her that she was coming home from being with me. She wasn't with me. I know she was outside when she called me. Where was she coming from? Nora said she was taking a shower when I called. She can't stop lying. Her nose must be growing so long like Pinocchio. She's Pinocchio. That's who Nora is. When she got out of the shower, her mother and sister were downstairs in the kitchen yelling at each other. She went downstairs to see what was going on before calling me back. Her mother and sister were arguing about how to make potato salad, or how to make pasta salad, excuse me. She slipped outside to call me, and after the call, Sarah saw her coming in and asked where she'd been. Nora told her she was talking to me, and that is it. I told her Sarah said Nora went to take a shower after our phone call and not before we talked. Nora said she went back upstairs to brush her teeth and put on makeup. If Sarah heard the shower running, it was their father. Man, she is a lying machine. She just can't stop. Then Nora asked me what she was doing when I arrived at 10 o'clock in the morning. I thought a minute and said that she said she was taking the turkey out of the oven. She asked how long I think a turkey that size needs to cook. I don't know. 5.5 hours, she informed me. She had to get up to turn the oven on at 4:30 in the morning. Do I think she came home, turned the oven on, and then went back out so Sarah could catch her returning home at 8 a.m.? I told her that's exactly what I think. I think she left the bar with Man Bun and went back with him to the mother's a couple of houses down to the block. A few minutes of walking each way, she turned on the oven at 4:30 in the morning and then returned to Man Bun's bed. Yeah, exactly. No, she has this all down to a science, a perfect plan here with her timing and everything. Nora responded by saying that she loves me and she's ready for sex with me at any time. She's ready right now if I want to give it a go. That's how she's going to deal with this situation, really? Again, you can't turn a HOE into a housewife. Remember their original relationship was friends with benefits? Even after my disgusting behavior with her cousin, but she's not going anywhere when she's exhausted and it's 4:30 a.m. Certainly not if she has to deal with the birthday party the whole next day, and certainly not for a quick hookup. Then Nora looked at me hopefully and said I didn't need her cousin. She's here now to take care of me. She smiled, and I told her I wouldn't F her with someone else's package. I'm speaking in code here. I'm not sure what that even means, but Nora started sobbing even more loudly, so I guess she got the point. Of course she's crying louder. She thinks eventually he'll cave. Nora said don't do this to her. She just dropped Man Bun off at his house from the bar. She didn't stay with him. Going to the bar was a mistake. A friend from high school was working at the bar. Her cousin and Man Bun were going to the bar, and she thought she'd go say hello to the friend. She needed a break, figured that she'd be gone for half an hour at most. She drove so she wasn't dependent on anyone for a ride. The cousins had one of the parents' car, and she was at the bar maybe 45 minutes, less than that. Nobody gets out, stops what they're doing to go to a bar for 30 minutes. Come on. So I said, let me understand. She needed a break. She could have stayed at her parents and rested, or she could have come to the hotel to be with me, or she could have called and asked if I wanted to go to the bar with her. I was at a hotel 10 minutes away flipping through TV channels, bored out of my mind. Instead, he went with Man Bun to the bar. Do I have that right? She said, not just a Man Bun, with some cousins too. But you left the bar alone with Man Bun, correct? And she said he wanted to ride to his mother's. What was she supposed to do? Say no? I said she has no business going to a bar in the first place. Anyway, behave like an engaged woman, not like a single gal, a single carousel rider like she was, and is. She said I'm right, that she should have stayed with her parents. If she visited me at the hotel, she would never have left. I know that as well as her. Going to the bar was a spur-of-the-moment type of thing. Her cousins were bored and wanted to get away from their parents. Man Bun suggested a bar with a bartender Nora and Man Bun knew from high school. Nora didn't call and invite me because she figured I was probably already in bed and she'd be there and back home before I could even get dressed to go out. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. But I'm right. She should not have gone to the bar without me. She's sorry she did. Yeah, I can tell she's so sorry here. She's also sorry that she didn't get a chance to tell me about going to the bar before someone else did. She was so busy she didn't have the time to talk to me. But she didn't misbehave at the bar or with Man Bun. She is really sticking to the story, huh? When Man Bun arrived at the party, he put his hands on Nora and tried to kiss her. Nora said he probably wasn't trying to kiss her, just leaning in to tell her something. What a load of crap. He saw that. He pulled her towards his package, leaned in, kissed her head. Come on here. But touching her was inappropriate, and she told him that. They dated in high school. She had not been involved with him since. When he was still living with her parents, she'd bump into him on occasion when she was home from college. Oh, they were bumping all right. They spent a couple of minutes catching up. That's her entire relationship with Man Bun. She has no interest in him. I'm the only one she's interested in. Look, guys, a woman who loves their guy, her boyfriend, husband, fiancé, if some guy came up to them from behind, pulled them into their package and kissed them in the back, believe me, there'd be some elbow punches going there. Come on here. She continued that if she wanted to spend the night with Man Bun, why go to the bar first? I said she went to the bar first because she didn't want her parents and sister to see her leaving alone with Man Bun. The cousins provided the perfect cover. She could leave with Man Bun and the cousins and then disappear with Man Bun after a short time at the bar, exactly what she did. Exactly. Her parents and sister would think that she's out with her cousins, and her cousins would think she went home. Well, maybe not all the cousins. The cousin who I just banged told me Nora and Man Bun were not able to keep their hands off each other. She thought Nora and Man Bun disappeared from the bar to go bang in the car. So impatient to have sex, they couldn't wait to find a bed. And Man Bun stopped the cousin from telling me anything more about their adventures together. Nora said the cousin made it all up. The cousin hates her. Well, actually, I don't disbelieve that part. The cousin definitely does hate her, but for different reasons. I told her Man Bun also said he didn't know Nora was seeing me. He told me he thought things were going great between the two of them, right up until where Nora surprised him with the news that she was engaged. She never told Man Bun about me or about Man Bun, or me about Man Bun. She's been cheating the whole time we've been together. The only questions I have is if she's been cheating on me with Man Bun or cheating on Man Bun with me. Or if there are others that she's been cheating on to both of us. Oh, I guarantee you there's others. Nora was really crying now. It's amazing. It's always the same thing. She mumbled that none of that is true. She says she doesn't know what Man Bun's game is. No, what's your game, honey? When she came home from school after we got engaged, she hadn't seen him in months. The day before she returned to school, he was visiting his mother and they bumped into each other. She told him she was engaged and she was so happy she was telling everyone. Yeah, I can just feel the joy. Her actions show how much she loves this guy. She's singing from the rooftops. That's all that happened. She never cheated on me, it never would, that she loved me. Bull crap. I thought about what I knew about her cheating. Her sister said that she had caught her sneaking in the house this morning, but Nora had an explanation for that. Her cousin said Nora and Man Bun couldn't keep their hands off each other at the bar before they disappeared together. Maybe her cousin was the most reliable witness, but I saw the way Nora and Man Bun behaved at the party together, and Man Bun wanted to know when I was leaving for home. Did I have absolute proof she'd been cheating on me? No, but there were enough red flags. It really does not matter if I knew for sure about her cheating. She's been disrespectful to me. I don't want to be with someone who has zero respect for me. Amen. But before I even found out about this, as you all recall in the other story, how disrespectful she was towards him. How it was her way or the highway, that whole job thing and everything. But some guys just have to go through so much pain and misery before they finally wake the fuck up. So I told her I don't believe her about anything. I know she has never been faithful to me. I don't believe her cousin was lying about Nora and Man Bun at the bar. Man Bun did all he could to let me know he and Nora were hooking up, short of telling me outright. But I told her, let's say she's been completely truthful about everything. She didn't sleep with Man Bun. She hasn't been cheating on me. Put all that aside, it's still incredibly disrespectful for her to go out to the bar without me. Exactly. And then all the other things. It's completely disrespectful for her to even think about going out to a bar with other men, especially a former boyfriend. And she didn't even just think about it. She actually did it. She didn't call me and tell me she was going to the bar because she knew how I would react. Correct? And calling me would have gotten in the way of her plans with Man Bun. I had to hear about the date with Man Bun from her cousin because Nora knew exactly what I would do if I found out. Dump her. Amen, man. But let's forget all that too. Let's say none of that happened either. At the party, Man Bun tells Nora that her cousin informed me that Nora is cheating on me. Nora knows I'm furious and that's why I'm leaving. She knows I must feel betrayed, humiliated, and hurt. She knows I must be in a lot of pain. I'm so upset I hit the creep, something she knows I would normally never do. And now Man Bun's also in pain because I knocked him down and bloodied his nose. 2 humiliated men in front of her because of her behavior. Yep, and you can't tell me deep down she isn't loving the drama. Guys fighting over her and all this stuff. Come on. Nora then has to make a choice. She says she loves me, but does she try to comfort me, her fiancé, who is devastated because I was just told my future wife is a SLUT? Or does she rush to the side of Man Bun because his nose is bleeding? If things are reversed and Nora was that upset about anything, especially because of something I had done, I would not even think about anyone else. Going to her, caring for her, comforting her would be my first and only priority. Yeah, she went right to the Man Bun guy when he got punched. There were at least a dozen people there to help Man Bun with his bloody nose, but Nora rushed to Man Bun to make sure that he was okay. Not to me, her fiancé, and the man she says she loves. Pay attention to people's actions. As far as I'm concerned, Nora made her choice when she went to Man Bun. That's enough for me to end our engagement. Our relationship is over. Hallelujah. Now kick her out. I'll have her stuff packed up by tomorrow night, and I expect her to pick it up in the next couple of days. Text me to let me know that when she's coming for it, and I'll put it out front. I don't want to see her again. This is the last time I will talk to her. Amen. Nora was sitting in the bed crying. She must be dehydrated despite all these fucking tears coming down her face. She told me that I was wrong. She never cheated. Never. She's explained everything that happened already. I can look through her phone if I don't believe her. Yeah, the same phone that she wiped clean of all evidence. She opened her phone and tried to hand it to me. I didn't take it. But as she was offering the phone to me, she got a text. All I could read of the text was, before she pulled the phone back, was, "Has he left yet?" Ha ha ha. There you go. There was more to the text, but that's all I saw. But the text was from, wait for it, Man Bun. Nora glanced at the text and put the phone face down in the bed, with her hand over it. Evidently, Nora was no longer interested in having me look through it. I didn't care anymore. God, I want to hear an excuse for that one. Nora continued that she loves me, that I'm her entire world, and it was wrong to go to the bar without me. And she understands that. She was tired of and behaved stupidly. She did try to talk to me, to comfort me when I was leaving the party, but I told her to get away. Man Bun was bleeding all over her parents' rug, and everyone was just standing around staring. But I'm right. I should have been her first and only priority. I am her first and only priority. Nora looked up at me and asked if I could ever forgive her. Not for cheating. She's never cheated on me, according to her, but for not considering my feelings. She was thoughtless and an idiot for not thinking of me first. Both in going to the bar and by attending to Man Bun and his stupid nose and not rushing to me. That will never happen again. Can I forgive her? You know, it'd be one thing. It'd be one thing, not that he would take her back, that she at least would just admit to it, own up to it. Yes, I was cheating on you. I'm sorry. I'm a scumbag, blah, 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 blah. She can't even do that. I mean, but again, her perception of this guy is that eventually with enough tears and bullshit, she'll get him to come back. And she's not in love with him, so a lot of people are like, why is she wasting so much time on this guy? Because she wants a ring. Let's be honest. And she invested some time in this guy. I was dressed and had finished packing. I had heard Nora out. I took out the hotel card key and tossed it on the bed near where she was sitting. I told her she should call Man Bun and answer his question. Let him know that I've left. She should ask him to come spend the night with her. She paid for the room through tomorrow, so she might as well have fun with it. Bye. I picked up my bag and walked over to the door, and I could hear her wailing until the elevator door closed, and I drove home. Good. Now block her and everything, have nothing to do with her. I took the cousin's name and number to hurt Nora. Petty. I'll admit, I called the cousin from the car. She says she's in a room, but she'll be at my door in 2 minutes. She'll bring some weed. Is Nora gone, she asked. I told her I was on my way home. I enjoyed our time together, but her ideas about relationship and marriage were too fucked up for me to take her seriously. I told her have a nice life, hung up, and blocked her. Good for you. Because, yeah, as much as it was fun to him to nail the cousin because she was a hottie and get revenge on his a-hole, now ex-fiancée Nora, the fiancé is just as much of a piece of trash, let's be honest here. So, goodbye, it's over with. That probably was a big blow to her ego. He says, June 1st was about a month ago. Nora texted or left voicemails repeatedly for the next few weeks. Why didn't you block her, dude? I didn't read her texts or listen to her voicemails. I'm completely done with her. I packed up her stuff and texted her Sunday night that her stuff was ready for her to pick up. Text me when she's coming to get it so I can put it on the porch. I don't want to see her, so I won't be here. I changed the locks in the house we rented so she won't be able to get in. She got her stuff that Tuesday morning. I blocked her and have no contact with her since. June 1st, 2024 was the luckiest day of my life. And there you go. That is the end of that long-ass story. So I wish this guy well. And I mean, it is a shame that happened to him, but you know what? Silver lining, he didn't marry her. He didn't spend any money on the wedding. He didn't have to go through all that, because imagine this happened after he got married. But the whole time, she's cheating on him. So guys, this is a point. Get in relationships with, let alone marry, a former friends with benefits or a hookup partner, an F-buddy. It doesn't work that way. Otherwise, you can expect this. But the whole time, she's cheating on him and leading everybody to believe, like her cousin and other people, that she's in an open relationship, except he's the last to know there. So best thing to do, it was goodbye and over with. And I love that he got a little revenge on her by porking her cousin. And like I said, her cousin obviously was a piece of garbage too, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So bro, take it one day at a time. You'll get over it. Lick your wounds, hang out with your bros, hang out with your friends, people that care about you. Hit the gym, exercise, focus on your grind. You're 23, focus on your new job as a teacher. Good job for you. Eventually you go from middle school to high school. And don't rush into relationships. That's all I can say. And do not take her calls or anything like that, and just move on. And yes, she will still keep trying to reach out to you. Block her. And if she doesn't get the hint, restraining order. So, there you go. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this story. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.